Could you get excited for Mitt Romney in the end if he was the only candidate you had?
Well, if he's the nominee, I'll support him. But we're in a primary process, and the primary process isn't determined by, or shouldn't be determined by, next in line or the establishment wants him, or you know, I often say Republicans don't believe in affirmative action unless it's for their political candidates.
Right.
And then they say, oh well, he's paid the dues, he's next in line. But I'm telling you, and I don't know Mitt Romney. I just know over the last 18 months, I've traveled the country talking to Republicans, and they said there's two camps, a Romney camp and anybody but Romney camp. So if he's the nominee, he obviously has some selling and some persuading.
What is it with your party? The Democrats feed the hot hand. They feed Jack Kennedy, they feed Bill Clinton, they feed Barack Obama, Jimmy Carter. Who's ever got the hot hand wins the nomination. Your party says, oh, keep it cool with that guy. Don't give him the ball. Let's slow this thing down and give it to the guy who lost 2 or 3 times. What is it about the Republicans? You got to lose a couple times.
We don't fall in love. We fall in line.
But what is that about? Explain the culture.
I don't know. I think, the best person ought to get a shot. And, when I ran for leadership, I had people telling me, well, you've only been around for 4 years.
Yeah.
You ought to sit on the bench a little longer. Nonsense. I think you fight it out and you let people decide. And at the end of the day, 75, 80% has decided, or they have decided.
Okay, when does Newt throw it to Santorum and say, one of us has got to beat the guy, we can't both beat him?
Well, I don't see that, that discussion could possibly be, if it's had at all. I don't think that discussion is going to be had till, well into the spring. Well, I say well into the spring, probably March, 1st of April. But I think Rick has to feel pretty good tonight if he comes in in the 20s. I think Newt actually feels pretty good considering all the negative ads. He's still registering, 13, 15%. He still feels pretty good.
How's he taking, just last question, I'll go back to Rachel. How's he taking this beating he's been getting? I mean, watching television in this, I've been here for most of a week. You turn on TV, it's brutal.
It has been brutal, and I think some of it has been pretty disingenuous. They hit him on the Freddie Mac thing. Chris, I led the charge for 6 years to get reformed with Fannie and Freddie. I work with Republicans, Democrat consultants, talk to Republican, Democrat members of Congress, Wall Streeters trying to get reform. I didn't hear Newt's name until 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
So I think that's a little bit disingenuous.
Why do you say the Democrat Party? Why don't you say the Democratic Party? Anyway, thank you.
The Democratic Party, however you define it.
Anyway, thank you. Let's go back to Rachel.
See, Democrat Party sounds good because it puts the emphasis on rat. Those dirty rats. All right, it is still too close to call in Iowa. We're going to get more from our panel, from Steve Schmidt, from Ed Schultz, from Lawrence O'Donnell, from Al Sharpton when we come back. These are the standings as we got them right now. It is too close to call. Look at that 23-23 at the top. And then it is Gingrich, Perry, and Bachmann at 4th, 5th, and 6th right now. NBC's coverage of the Iowa caucuses continues in just a moment.
Cranberry juice? Wake up!
That's good morning, veggie style.
For half the calories plus veggie nutrition, could have had a V8.
There's Jeff. I'm a dad, coach, and I quit smoking with Chantix. Knowing that I could smoke during the first week was really important to me.
Along with support, Chantix is proven to help people quit smoking.
Chantix reduced my urge to smoke, and personally, that's what I knew I needed.
Some people had changes in behavior, thinking or mood, hostility, agitation, depressed mood, and suicidal thoughts or actions while taking or after stopping Chantix. If you notice any of these, stop taking Chantix and call your doctor right away. Tell your doctor about any history of depression or other mental health problems, which could get worse while taking Chantix. Don't take Chantix if you've had a serious allergic or skin reaction to it. If you develop these, stop taking Chantix and see your doctor right away, as some can be life-threatening. If you have a history of heart or blood vessel problems, tell your doctor if you have new or worse symptoms. Get medical help right away if you have symptoms of a heart attack. Use caution when driving or operating machinery. Common side effects include nausea, trouble sleeping, and unusual dreams.
These are the reasons I quit smoking.
Ask your doctor if Chantix is right for you.
Your nose can feel really sore, and common tissue can make it burn even more. Puffs Plus lotion is more soothing than common tissue, and it delivers our most soothing lotion for every nose issue.
What are you doing?
The five of us are comparing hundreds of travel sites to find the best deal on my flight.
That's dumb. You could have gone to kayak.com and done the same thing in seconds.
Compare hundreds of travel sites at once and save on your next flight. Kayak. Search one and done.
To the 5 a.m. scholar, the 2 trains and a bus rider, the I'll sleep when it's done academic. For 80 years, we've been inspired by you, and we've been honored to walk with you to help you get where you want to be. Because your moment is now. Let nothing stand in your way. Learn more at keller.e.
Dry, cracked skin? Get the quick fix. Chapped winter skin? Get the lasting fix. New Gold Bond Anti-Itch Lotion gives fast, lasting relief with 2 proven itch fighters and healing moisturizers. Got an itch? Gold Bond Anti-Itch Lotion. The quick fix for almost every itch.
With arthritis, standing all day is hard on my knees, so I use new Capsaicin Quick Relief Gel with purified capsaicin.
Capsaicin starts working on contact and works at the nerve level, blocking pain signals for hours.
New Capsaicin takes the pain out of arthritis.
Listen up, America! Listen up, America. The recent health care bill will not take effect until at least 2014, leaving families and individuals lacking health insurance with no immediate solution to their concerns. But here's the good news. A health insurance hotline has been established to provide affordable health insurance for all uninsured Americans. And yes, uninsured Americans with pre-existing conditions. Call the health insurance hotline now and get you and your family covered today.
Welcome back to our coverage of the Iowa caucus, where NBC is calling this race too close to call. 27% of the vote in thus far. And as you can see, 1, 2, and 3, well, could be 3-2-1, could be 2-3-1, could be 2-1-3. We don't know. They're all at 23%. Mitt Romney, Rick Santorum, and Ron Paul. We just heard from former Oklahoma Congressman J.C. Watts, speaking with Chris Matthews before the break. He was cautioning against the Republican Party settling on Mitt Romney. He says, in part, because John McCain's campaign did not mobilize and enthuse people enough in 2008. Steve Schmidt, senior advisor to that campaign, your response?
There's an element of truth to it. John McCain was never the favorite of the Republican base, of the activist conservatives that do a lot of the volunteer work in the Republican Party, but that isn't the reason that John McCain lost the race. John McCain lost the election fundamentally because we lost the middle of the electorate. And at the end of the day, if you look at the president's poll numbers right now in the mid-40s, that middle of the electorate is up for grabs. And I just think it defies logic that Newt Gingrich would be the person that would be able to appeal into the middle of the electorate, given his record, given his...
Well, do you need the activists, though? Don't the activists make a big difference?
At the end of the day, what will drive enthusiasm among those activists is for a candidate that will defeat President Obama. And when John McCain stepped out onto the stage at the Republican convention, he was greeted with enthusiastic, loud, robust applause, as will Mitt Romney if he's the nominee of the party. And I think at the end of the day, what will excite people is the prospect of being able to take back the White House. And so I don't think on the natural that you have to start out in the enthusiastic position, for there to be the requisite level of enthusiasm to win the election.
Rachel, in Republican presidential politics, familiarity does not breed contempt, it breeds votes. In your lifetime, the Republicans have never nominated a first-time presidential candidate. You have to go to 1964 to Barry Goldwater to get the last one, a fire-breathing conservative who lost worse than any Republicans ever lost. That scared the Republican Party about these first-timers. The Democrats, the last 4 nominees, were the first time they ran for president. Yeah. And 2 of them won.
Well, Chris was talking about feeding the hot hand. Your hand is hot. We've never seen you before, but go with it.
One of the things that the former congressman didn't talk about was who is the candidate and what's the appeal. I mean, you've got Mitt Romney. He's one of the wealthiest guys that's ever run for president if he gets the nomination. And here is the Democratic Party and President Obama speaking about income inequality, talking about the middle class, the working folk of America. Who's doing that in Iowa? Rick Santorum. Rick Santorum is talking to the economic issues of the people of that state, and I think that's one of the reasons why what he's doing
Mitt
well
Romney
tonight.
doesn't embody it, but he tries to talk about it.
Well, he can't. I mean, he's richer than either the Bushes that ran, or John Kerry, or John McCain, or John Edwards. I mean, this guy is at 0.001% of the wealthiest people in America. He runs around talking about how he's unemployed. He runs around talking about how, hey, I'm from the middle class. Who's he kidding?
He runs as a business executive. But see, I think that the real thing, going back to Steve, I agree with him that the Republicans and McCain lost because they lost the middle, which is why I say it's a good night for Democrats. Because as long as a Santorum is in this race, Romney's going to have to keep playing to the right, and the longer he stays having to debate and stay to the right, the more he loses the middle. So if this goes into the spring, the more damage it does to your candidate having the middle. So right on, Rick, stay in as long as you can, because if we can get you to June, Mr. Romney cannot try to go to the middle because he'll be over there dancing to the right. And I just think I'm touched beyond words.
Mitt Romney has never been stopped before on changing positions when necessary, so we'll see what happens.
The Iowa caucus is still too close to call. Romney, Santorum, and Paul all deadlocked at 23%. We'll get a view of the developments tonight in Iowa's Republican contest from the chair of the DNC when we come back.
Next Tuesday, join MSNBC for coverage of the New Hampshire primary, where voters will make a choice in the nation's first ballot. From the debates and conventions right up to election night, MSNBC will be there with insightful analysis and up-to-the-minute results. Coverage of the New Hampshire primary begins next Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern on MSNBC, the place for politics. Brought to you by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Responsibility. What's your policy?
Breaking news. Mortgage rates hit new record lows of 3.75%. In the time you're watching this commercial, you could call LendingTree, where customers save an average of $353 a month. Call LendingTree at 1-800-263-0406 today.
Who is Nutrisystem Success for? If you're tired of being overweight, if you're getting into shape for the first time, or you need to get back into shape and stay in shape, get on it.
Introducing new Nutrisystem Success, our most complete program ever, designed to take the weight off and help keep it off.
The reason Nutrisystem Success works, it gives you exactly what you need. Nutrisystem Success offers over 130 delicious food choices and quality nutrition delivered to your door. There is a secret to success. You can't wish for what you want, hope for what you want. You have to have a plan, and then you have to get on it. I have a message for anyone who has ever struggled with weight loss. Make Nutrisystem Success your plan. I'm on it, and I've already seen results.
Order now to get special introductory pricing and our new Chef's Table entrees free, plus save 20% on your entire order. Get on it.
What makes the Sleep Number store different?
You walk into a conventional mattress store, it's really not about you.
They say, well, if you want a firm bed, you can lie on one of those. If you want a soft bed, you can lie on one of those. We provide the exact individualization that your body needs.
Welcome to the Sleep Number year-end closeout event. Not just ordinary beds on sale, but the bed that can change your life on sale. The Sleep Number bed. It calibrates precisely to your body and your comfort zone.
Now you can feel what happens as we raise your sleep number setting and allow the bed to contour to your individual shape.
Oh yeah.
It's really shaping to my body. Right now, save up to $800 on selected 2011 Sleep Number bed sets.
You can adjust it however you want, so you don't have to worry about buying the wrong mattress.
Once they get our bed, they're like, why didn't I do this sooner?
Hurry this week to the year-end closeout event and save on the bed that can change your life. The Sleep Number bed, only at the Sleep Number store, where queen bed sets now start at just $8.99.
Take the Fixodent 12-hour hold challenge. Apply Fixodent once, and it holds all day. Take the Fixodent 12-hour hold challenge. Guaranteed or your money back.
What makes you trust a company? Wait, scratch that. What makes you trust a car insurance company? A talking animal? A talking character? A talking animal character? How fancy their commercials are, maybe? Or how many there are? But what about when a company's customers do the talking? Esurance customers are saying stuff like awesome and rockin', and they aren't even paid to. Fancy that. Esurance. Insurance for the modern world. Click or call.